Is your mind racing and loud? Let's take a walk through the labyrinth and find calm and inner peace. Beautiful entrance. This is a circle full of all kinds of plants. Just beautiful. Here in early fall, and there's some tiger lilies blooming in the background. A group of volunteers maintain all of the gardens here. A lot of plants planted together, but the overall effect is really beautiful. I love this spilling out of the rocks that are covered with moss. Big hostas. And some things that have been touched by the cold. So you've got some color contrast, which is very nice. Variegated leaves. These are interesting, beautiful. And a memorial for one of the garden volunteers. Looks like a salvia. Hydrangea. From here in the background, this is on a small peninsula or outcropping, and as you turn, the shrine is in the distance, and the labyrinth is over in this area. And that's where I'm going next. Such an interesting windbreak here, and a little meadow or grassy area that protects the labyrinth from people who are walking to the shrine, so that you can have a private experience when you're walking the labyrinth, and you can use it for the contemplation and meditation that it offers when you walk it. It's nestled here down from the gift shop and things that are behind it, and is surrounded by a berm or a built-up area of landscaping with a variety of plants, different colors, textures. And this is the end of the season, so we don't see many blooming plants, but you still have beautiful greenery, and then you've got things, a deep maroon around, and that provides a pretty spectacular contrast to the green. A few wildflowers growing, or other flowers. So let's go and see what it feels like and looks like from the inside of the labyrinth. I'm just taking this path that will lead me down to the walkway into the labyrinth. As I'm walking, beautiful view, a little bay or harbor area protected that you can look at as you're walking to the labyrinth entrance, and also it'll be available as you come out of your experience of the labyrinth. Shrub line one of the areas. It provides the kind of privacy that makes it feel like you're in a special area. And here is the entranceway. And some information about history of labyrinth. Then the next information sign gives you medieval church labyrinths and how they were used, and a labyrinth floor in Chartres, France, very famous, one of the few that are remaining. Now I'm preparing to walk into the labyrinth. Before I walk, I'm going to look at Merciful Love Labyrinth, how it's designed in terms of north, south, east, and west, and the symbolic meanings. East being sunrise and spring, rebirth, beginning of spiritual consciousness. North being night, winter, old age, or death, coldness, emptiness, spiritual mystery, such as the dark night of the soul. West being evening or autumn, maturity, wisdom, turning away from sin. And south being towards the noonday sun, summer, the phoenix rising. Early Christians considered the phoenix as a symbol of resurrection, overcoming tough times, abundance of life, and spiritual awareness. And interestingly, they have put different colors in these different areas with plants, and blooming plants as well as shrubs. So if we start at east, then the colors that are used in the east part, which faces the gift shop, are spring green, pastel colors of white, pink, lavender, and light blue. Then as you move to the south, which would be summer, the colors they're using are bright yellow, light orange or gold, and white. In the west, which is autumn, maturity and wisdom, you see the colors of the berms including golden yellows, dark orange, and rusty red and maroon. And to the north, which faces the ocean here, is winter, old age, or the dark night of the soul. The colors they used for this section are black, purple, dark blues, and red wine. So let's go in and see if we can identify these areas. It said area towards the gift shop, which is across the way. That is east, and that represents the spring green and the white and the pastel colors. And then as we move to the south, you have your yellows, and there they are. They have some bloomers that are yellow and orange and white. And then as you move into autumn, you can see there are the maroon colors of some of the shrubbery, the darkish brownish color. And then as you face the ocean, which is considered the north, you have very dark maroon colors. I wouldn't say black, but they're very dark shrubs in the background. It's very interesting how they've used the colors to identify the various stages of one's progress through life. Now I'm going to enter the path and just follow the path as it goes through the different turns, and I'm going to use my time for quiet reflection because in my life I'm in the winter quadrant, but there are moments of spring and joy and creativity, summer, busyness, projects, completion, excitement, autumn with a time for reflection, and then winter as I'm approaching the last segment of my life. I can't help but remark the beautiful, these look like some kind of a sedum ground cover, succulent, and the path lined with stones, and it's just enough for walking. Here's some more succulents that are green tinged with red, very striking. As I turn and follow the path, I'm enjoying how they've used a variety of plants, just small plants in the different areas. Succulents, some that are blooming, like these white flowering ones here. At the center of this labyrinth, what's possible is you can face to the north, you can face south, or east. New beginnings. As you do your contemplation from the center and moment of reflection and stillness, you can think about what the different directions mean for you. So I'm reflecting on north, on the abundance in my life of joy, of people I love, and of good opportunities. So a blessed life. For that, I am grateful. As I leave the center, the way out is the same as the way in. I have an opportunity to reflect on my blessing, the abundance, the people that I love, and if there's anything further that I want to think about. I'm coming to the end of my walk and taking my steps out, and the path leads me back into the fullness of my life. So I'm ending my labyrinth walk looking out to the north, feeling inspired and a moment of grace as I count all the blessings of a magnificent life. Much appreciation for everything that I've experienced and everyone who's been a part of it so far. And there's more to come, not finished yet. If you enjoyed the labyrinth walk and would like to do something for yourself, but you don't have one nearby, you can make your own finger labyrinth and do your walking in the privacy of your home or wherever you are. If you want to find out more about finger labyrinths and how to make them, check the references below. There's a course on the labyrinth that I've helped design, and you may be interested in checking that out. Thanks for coming with me on this sacred walk, and I hope that you enjoyed your time with the labyrinth with me and learning about this magnificent structure that is here at the National Shrine of St. Teresa in the northern part of Juneau, Alaska. For more gardening tips and gardening tours, subscribe. Garden Yay! See you again soon.